Well, we were making lighting equipment while we were gaffing. So Rudy Pollard and I were doing different jobs, features, commercials. He really liked the commercial market. I liked going back and forth because you could get a hint of what's happening in the market and bring it to one market and vice versa. And what was interesting was we had this I had an idea. I shared it with Rudy. He loved the idea. We went and we did it. And then we were in the process of finishing it, and we'd take it into the guys. Hey, check this out, right? Oop. And then we finish it up, and then we produce the product, like the ring light. We didn't get paid for any of that usage, but we got feedback. And it was just like, holy moly. It really was, you know. And so then the product took off, and then there was the Mini Plus, and there was the 1x1, and gradually it became a very desired tool. And so when you're working and you're able to work with the tool, you're showing it to more people. And the Coconut Wireless, which is a communication, we call it the Coconut Wireless, you know, the communication between one group and another group. It just, and that's the beautiful part about, you know, being able to show people they can get that tactile experience. So people saw it and they liked it and they went and they found it. And so it was a really great reason for being able to develop while you were working. I think most people that have developed products while they were working. And so out of that innovation, they come up with a better idea, you know, the old better mousetrap. The difference for us was the transition was happening. I was talking about this last night at JJ Media, which is a great group of people. The idea is all of a sudden you're watching the landscape of photography, of image capture changing. It's not just film, which is cellulose with silver in it that you're exposing with light to make the image. It's a digital chip. So it was tubes, then it was a chip, and then it was this and that. So we went from a film to a video to an SD to an HD to a 2K. If you're not paying attention as you're watching this go from SD to HD, and they're talking about 4 and 6 and 8K 10 years ago, 15 years ago, it's coming. And nobody wanted it to come because everybody was really comfortable in the studio environment, whether it was here at the BBC or there at CNN or, you know, wherever. The change is coming. So either embrace it or hold on. And so that was the advantage for us, is we recognize, and you know, I said earlier, and I flopped out of college because I wanted to go party instead of work. But what ended up happening is seeing the landscape and talking with somebody like a Rudy about it and saying, hey, I've got an idea, should we go do this? And yeah, let's do it. That teamwork, that camaraderie, and then having it become something that is recognizable in the world is awesome. It's fantastic. So, not fitting on our laurels and sitting on them, you can move on. Okay, what's next, right? What's the transition? And that's where our heads are at. That's why I had to take a leave from lighting on the set, because I couldn't focus and really give somebody like Andrew or Colin Watkinson or Marc Liberté or Vilmos, whoever I was working with, I'm not giving them 100% of me. And that's when you have to make the decision to separate. And it's really frustrating if you've worked on a crew with the guy that owns his own gear and you're the best boy and you're basically doing all the work because he's out in the truck trying to line up the deck steel and get deals. You know, there's a time where you've got to step back and look at how it's affecting your professional career. And I never wanted it to get to that. So I just slowly moved out. And when I moved out, it was hard for a lot of people, but it worked out great. You got to make a jump from one career to another. Do I miss it? I basically just miss the people. I miss the opportunity to create some sort of crazy thing in a moment with the DOP and the key grip that becomes, it's brilliant, let's do it. Everybody goes and does it, pull it off, and everybody's like, wow, that was fantastic. We threw that to you, and in 5 minutes you knew what you're gonna do, and we got the shot for the day. I mean, that's the passion.